Hello, beautiful stars, earth, air, fire, and water. I hope everyone has been staying prayed up, blessed up, and doing what you do best. It is a beautiful late night out here in Rainchild's Corners. And I just hope you all continue to do no other than Hava Vin. And yes, it has been about 8 days. Yes. And so, it's just been, had a patient that I was taking care of, and this individual passed away, and it took a little toll on me. I'm not gonna even lie. It's I get close, to people. That's why, I had left the healthcare industry, after losing, a couple of patients. But loss is loss, and we're not supposed to look at loss as loss, and we deal with these things. You know what I'm saying? And everybody has to process things the way they process them. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you get close to somebody or whatever, and it'd be like one day they're okay, they're fine, they're here, and then it just throws you for a loop like a shock. You know what I'm saying? This particular individual used to like play with me and stuff. Like when I would get them dressed and and get them situated, they would make a noise and be like, oh, and I'd be like, oh, what's the matter, what's wrong? And then they bust out laughing. And this was the type of person this was. It's very had a beautiful personality, but they were well loved. You know what I'm saying? Well loved. Have a big beautiful family and everything, and and we have to proceed. And so it is what it is. So I just took a little time off, doing like in little things, in between, working on other stuff. So here I am. And so I had left my messages open, so I don't think there was anything wrong with those messages, because I actually sent a message to myself, like in the comment section, and I didn't it went through, and then I had my son to do one, and it went through, but then when I looked back later, my son's comment was gone. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I figured that it was okay. But there was something I was gonna update on, but I don't know if anybody was really interested in it, but maybe I'll update on that later when when the time's right. There's a lot of things going on in this world. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of different things. Nothing but the highest light, God Almighty, archangels, ancestors, evil is never welcome here. But yeah, there's a lot of different things that's been going on. And I think I spoke on some of these things like 3-4 years ago, and then now a lot more is surfacing up, and I'm just here to tell you, with everything that's going on, and me as a light worker and a healer and trying to help people, you know what I'm saying? I'm not here to sugarcoat anything, because that's not the way I heal. Is I like to face my music and things or whatever it is, head on. If wrong or wrong, right or right. You know what I'm saying? But there's so much going on, to the point where people are just not really paying attention, and I'm just looking like, are people awake, or are they just trying to ignore these things? You know what I'm saying? Or trying to pretend like it's not happening? I'm really trying to grasp, or is it just really that many people asleep? You know what I'm saying? loss of something loved. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're just talking about this loss of something loved. You know, that's how I've been feeling. You know, and not to mention, not just one individual. You know, I'm thinking about the other little individuals that are out there, and you know, I guess, and like I was saying, you know, everybody processes things differently. Loss of something loved. Mourning, grief, loss, despair, regret, heavy-hearted, cherish the present. So, you know, I guess you can look at it two ways. A lot of people are cherishing the present, but yet in the back of their mind, they're thinking about that too at the same time. We need to, in order to heal, you know, from the things that we're finding out about, and as far as what's going on, you know, in the world, you know, we're going to have to decide what it is that we are going to do about, you know, a lot of people who are not processing what's going on and who are really just trying to avoid what it is that they are actually seeing. You know what I'm saying? How are we going to move forward, you know, healing from these things? Not to mention the people who, family members, were actually, you know, taken away and exploited. And then, you know, you have people that are missing, you know what I'm saying? And then you have to sit back and think about, well, what if one of mine were over there, you know? It's a hard pill to swallow, and a lot of people are grieving, you know. A lot of people are grieving, but what I'm here to tell you is that there's so much other things, you know what I'm saying, that we really need to take heed and look at that can help, you know, instead of just being stuck on nonsense, you know, stuff that don't even really matter. You know, we have to, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell nobody what to do. You do what it is that you want to do for yourself and how you perceive about the things. I mean, people can lollygag and just do what they want to do because, like I'm saying, a lot of people are still asleep. They can't help it, you know? Basically, some people are going to be in that self-sacrifice, you know, mode. You know what I'm saying? With the spiritual growth, you know, prophecy, knowing that they're, you know, tested. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to trust that because, you know, there's a lot of suffering going on, a lot of new perspectives, things that are way out of your mind, literally. Things that are not even really unconventional. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are technically in this type of mode right here. You know what I'm saying? Because some people probably look at it like, you know, how can I do anything to change it? You know, if it's been going on this long and this and that and the other, how can I change it? But what I'm here to tell you is, yeah, I have to get clarity on something too within my brain. I think it's a lot worse. I think it's a lot worse. A lot worse. Yeah, I think it's a lot worse. But using your mind, your soul, your spirit, you do know this. You are the master of your reality. You know, I was speaking to a person the other day, and this individual, when we were talking, well, actually, I was talking about a lot of things that's been, going on, and this person was just pretty much like, I'm not going to think about that. I'm not going to put my mind there, because I'm just going to try to build my reality. Some people might look at that as being selfish or whatever the case may be, but you know what's best for yourself. And therefore, you can do what it is that you need to do for yourself. Become the magician, and turn whatever it is that you want to see that's going to make your life better, turn it into a reality, because you are the master of your life. Nobody else is. Yeah, you can get advice from other people. Yeah, you can listen to other people. But what it boils down to is, when somebody gives you that advice, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, weigh it. And look at it from both perspectives. Even try it in both perspectives if you have to, just to see what it is and see how your outcome is going to help. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to dwell into the negativity or the negative things that you're hearing about. No, we don't dwell there, but we process it. You know what I'm saying? We need to heal from that, because like I said, there are so many things that people are trying to heal from, and so many things that people had to go through. Everybody is going through something. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't always peachy and happy-go-lucky for everybody. Even though we walk around with a smile or we laugh, you know what I'm saying? We process things. And don't never let another person have you to the point where some other low-minded thinking individuals is going to really believe that a person that's not even on your level can impact your life. You know what I'm saying? When all the while you might be around to try to help an individual out. But then when you see these people or places or whatever don't want your help, just remove yourself and let people talk. And let people, say what it is that they want to say, because obviously they're not tapped in to even know who you really are. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing what people think. And just because, some readers, speak on particular things, because I was, somebody came up to me and was like, I didn't know you was going through that. I didn't know that. I was like, well, maybe in my past life or something, I might have went through that, or whatever the case may be, something in the past. But just because I'm speaking about it doesn't mean that I'm going through it right now. Just because you might see certain things or whatever doesn't mean that I'm going through it right now. Some things that are blurred out, or just some things that just, happened in the past. Maybe because, maybe because you have a listening ear. You know what I'm saying? Just because you might test individuals, it doesn't mean the next person ain't testing you. People tell on themselves all day long. All day long. And don't even realize it. Okay. So, I'm going to wrap this up, because I was just coming on here just to do a little quick message. But I'm looking at it like this. In order to see what it is that you need to see for yourself and for your well-being when it comes to, this life and all the things that are going on, I would pray to the Most High. Most definitely. And I would definitely meditate on what it is that I want to see changed. And I would keep praying about that, because, like I said once upon a time ago, there's going to be a lot of pain. And there's going to be more pain. There's going to be a lot more things that's going to be happening, a lot more things that's going to be going on, a lot more things that we're going to be finding out that's going to make us a little bit more upset, because it's going to be a lot. You know, sometimes you just got to come together with a whole, you know, with the people who you need to come together with, you know what I'm saying, to do the meaningful work together, to heal. Therefore, you'll get some type of monetary rewards, you know, with the teamwork, collaboration, communication, and creativity. Yeah, creativity. When we pull our minds together and do it, you know, do what we need to do to heal and uplift and learn from each other rather than just tearing each other down. You reap what you sow. Okay? Prosperity, harvest, success, you know, familiar bliss. It could be a marriage, you know, stability and peace, balance, harmony, you know, settling down, you know, getting grounded with yourself, getting with your soul tribe, coming together with like-minded people. You know what I'm saying? Just being blessed all the way around. And then, yeah, okay, since that wanted to pop out, being blessed all the way around, you know what I'm saying? You know, being the type of, you know, emperor or empress, you know what I'm saying, where to the point where you could be the type of person, instead of people fearing you, you be the type of person where people, you know, look up to you, want to learn from you. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to be around someone who's screaming and hollering, yelling, cussing, and just bitter? You know. But anyway, I love each and every one of you guys. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Leave your girl a message in the bottom. And be sure to come back. Deuces.